So I'm about 6,000 feet, Capetown, north end of town, near, what's it called, Lion Ridge or something, goes down to Cape of Good Hope. Anyway, pretty far away from any buildings, so I'm going to practice a few stalls after my, probably not as I enter a cloud, for some clear sky. So first I'm going to, because of my terrible incident in the valley earlier in the day, which luckily I landed in a haystack, jumped out, and luckily we had a spare aircraft. So they told me to go out and practice stalling this thing. Way overconfident after nearly 2,000 hours in the jet. Less than 2 hours of this and I thought I knew everything, but apparently I know nothing. So I'm going to throttle back to idle. 1500 will do. Just pull back. See what happens. We get the stall warning and okay, nothing too dramatic. Now, famous last words. So as it entered that the left wing dropped, when you do a left spin, I did the usual stick forward, and I think I did opposite rudder. It happened so quickly I can't remember. I'll try it again. Some aircraft did you opposite rudder, some you do the same. So I've been told. Now back at 5,000 feet, so once I get some clear air in front of me, I'll try it again. This time paying attention. So throttle back, pull back. So 20 degrees up will do it. 15 degrees will do it, I should say. Okay, we've got the stall, hold the stick back, hold it back, holding it back, stalling, holding the stick back, and this time nothing bad happened because I didn't move any of the controls, I guess. Otherwise it's still stalling here. It's kind of got stuck there in a stall behaviour. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting finding. Try again. This time I will try stalling during a turn, which is what happened to me in the valley. Doesn't seem to lose too much altitude. So I'm back at 4,000 feet. Let's try a left turn. This time I'll leave the throttle up. I'll just pull back on the stick. Here we go. Stalling and spinning. Yes, I went stick forward opposite rudder. That pulled me out of it. Ooh, overspeed. Okay, I'm going to try a right hand turn. Leave the throttle where it is. Putting right rudder in, pulling, I'm going to stall now I think. Right spin, stick forward, left rudder. Throttle back. Try not to overspeed as we pull out of it. Cool. Oh, now I feel super confident, which is probably not a good thing. So let's fly over this tabletop mountain here and land. So what was the lesson? If it starts to spin, forward to stick opposite rudder, which is kind of the standard recipe. And usually pretty sedate. Let's just try it again with 3,000 feet. Pulling back. And yep. But it seems like there's a couple of stages to the stall behaviour, so something to keep an eye on. Now, of course, my confidence was falsely boosted by watching a YouTube video of some clever fellow doing an air show routine in this and doing 90-degree banks. It looks very dashing. And he didn't stall, but on the other hand he probably knew what he was doing. So what I think I'll do is go through that cut. Yes, because we're 3,000 feet, but we're down to 54 knots, which is dangerously slow. Okay, we're good. But this is a situation that got me into trouble before when there's nowhere to turn left and right. Couldn't make the ridge. Tried to do a steep turn out, low speed, and spun in. This time we're good. Yeah, what a great view that is. Awesome. Okay, let's get permission to land. Channel 2. Channel 2. Channel 1. Mike India Golf 3.
Capetown Tower 007 is 8 miles west, 2,800 feet with Oscar to land. 007 Capetown Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2 wind 025 Enter left base runway 19er.
Mike India Golf, copy. Okay, so
Fly
we're
left
landing
base runway 19er 007.
to the south. I just want to dial that in. Oh, yep, you can see the little red arrow moving around the scale there. Oops, too far. 191190. Okay.
007 wind 025 Clear to land runway 19er.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Clear to land runway 19er 007.
So the wind's coming from slightly to our left at the moment. We're landing back to the right, so it's kind of a crosswind, tailwind situation. Anyway, he's the boss. Now he's hit left traffic. So, see if I can get around the circuit without stalling as well. In fact, we're still several miles out. 2,000 feet. Let's try one more. I'll lift the power up. Hold the stick back. About 25 degrees at the moment. There we go, stalling at 40 knots, holding stick back. And yes, it puts it into that left spin. Okay. Right rudder, forward stick. And we're okay again. I'm going to try it again, but this time I won't hold the back stick in. So 90 knots, I'm going to pull up a lot, say 20 degrees, hold it there. Hold it there. When the stall starts, I'll let go of the stick. So 15 degrees, stalling, let go of the stick. And we get a nice sedate recovery and we're back to 100 knots already. Okay. Certainly feels nice and fluid. I think it's a pretty safe aircraft to fly, unless you do stupid things like me flying up a valley with no way out. And I mean, I was trying to get over it. There's about a 5,000 foot ridge over yonder. Just didn't give myself enough time to do it. The second time round I diverted up to a side valley and flew 90 degrees away from course until I got high enough. It's better than jumping into haystacks, etc. Okay, here's the airport coming up. 2,300 feet. Let's get down to circuit height. So landing to the right. So I do a crosswind about probably where the tower is. Throttle back. Watch the speed's getting quite high there. 2,000 feet. Pretty quiet today with the traffic. False Bay down there. Okay, 1,300 feet. Turning down. Actually, that's not the tower, is it? That's some other radar, I think it is. Anyway, we're at 1,000 feet. Let's concentrate. 90 knots. Turning to downwind. Just keep the revs up a bit. So we're at 920 feet. So I think I'll turn to final. Just past those buildings, we can see a clump of trees, kind of a green area where the roads meet. Just out there, about 11 o'clock. Looks as good a spot as any. At that point I'll throttle back. Should lose quite a bit of speed in the turn, I think. But watch out for that stall. Okay, let's turn now. Throttle back. Speed 90, knots 80. Oh, yeah, he's off so quick. Throttle back up again actually. 70 knots. Okay, cut it again. Go flaps 1. Very steep approach, very fast. So not ideal at all, but we'll work it out. 104 knots, throttles right back. Got plenty of energy up to manage the descent rate with 83 knots. Be about 20 feet up, I think. It's going to be a long landing for this aircraft. 67, sinking slowly. 60, 58, 52, almost down. 48 and down. Kick in the right rudder. Phew.
007, turn next taxiway.
Right, so there we go. Learned a little bit about stalling. And I'll just be careful in future not to get overconfident and think ahead when you, especially when you're entering valleys. So, interesting day.